What's up, you guys? So today we're going to be doing a tour review on one of the most disappointing waves of Epic Evolution minis to come out. Actually, minis in general, because, like, what the hell is this? So some of you guys may know already, this is a pretty infamous wave in the Jurassic World minis line, mainly because they only released one new kind of dinosaur, and that's the green Brachiosaurus. And not a lot of people are pointing this out, but they duplicated the Sinotyrannus and the Kaprosuchus. See, they're both paired here. This one is paired alongside the Herrerasaurus, and this one is paired alongside the Elasmosaurus, which I do not understand. And they even did with the chaos theory. I don't really remember off the top of my head which ones they duplicated, but I mean, what is going on, Mattel? I don't understand. If they keep doing this, then that's just ridiculous. There was room for two more species. Hell, they could have recolored the Kaprosuchus or the Sinotyrannus, or hell, both of them. But no, they just decided to go with the cheap option and just duplicate them. And I don't even know if anyone noticed, but it surely notices. It's surely noticed by me. So, yeah. This wave is not worth it unless you really want that green Brachiosaurus. In which case, by all means, try to find it. I'll help you out in this video. So, yeah. And like the Wave 3 review, the codes will be at the very top. So, let's go. So, starting off, we have the brown T-Rex. Now, this figure had been seen many times before, but there's actually kind of a subtle difference with this one. And I'm not giving this wave any credit for this, because I don't know if this was changed beforehand. But, as we can see, this is the original one from 2022. And as you can see, the tummy is all red and doesn't really extend to beyond the belly. Meanwhile, on this one, there's a orange creamsicle color underside, and it extends up to the neck. And the back paint is still really scuffed. I don't know what happens with these figures. I don't know what kind of shade of brown they're using. But one thing for sure is, yeah, they might need to chill out with that one. So, yeah, let's just set her over there. And next up is the only reason you even remotely try to find this line, the green Brachiosaurus. Now, this figure is, for some reason, kind of hard to find, because I guess there's some sort of catch with this. I actually had to order mine off of eBay for like 20 bucks. And I found it in stores once, but I didn't get it, and someone else got it, so yeah, that's a big mistake on my part. Now, in case you're wondering where to find these things, I guess you can try finding them at Walmart if you really want to. Although I don't know how long they're going to be on shelves anymore, considering that Wave 3 had already released in Aldi, so they're probably going to be releasing in Walmart soon. But, yeah, so this figure's neck moves up and down and rotates a full 360. Kind of like this one that came from the Advent calendar, but we'll do a tour review on that one a different day. I unfortunately, however, do not have the box for the Advent calendar anymore, so bear with me. But anyways, yeah, this figure is mild. So let's just set that over there. And next up is the Sinotyrannus and Kaprosuchus. And, yeah. So the Kaprosuchus, it's okay. I really don't like it too much. It's just a really gross color of green with some teal on its back. And honestly, that combination of colors just doesn't really do it justice. And the Sinotyrannus, I mean, it's mild. It's a little bit better than the Kaprosuchus, but it's just really mild. It does have a little bit more paint detail than some other figures that have been released, but even then, it still is just... So, yeah, let's just set those two over there. And we're not going to be going back to these, because I actually kind of wanted to make a little joke saying, oh wait, we're seeing these two again? But I already ruined it after I went on my little tirade, so we're going to be just, like, not bringing those two back. And next up is the Giganotosaurus, which, I mean, this thing really doesn't need any introduction anymore. It's just I mean, it's been featured in countless waves. It's been featured in, like... Yeah, this thing, if you don't have this thing by now, I don't know what's going on, but you had to have had this at some point. But anyways, it opens its mouth and stuff like that, so yeah, let's just set them down. And next up is the Herrerasaurus and Sinotyrannus, but we already looked at it, so here's the Herrerasaurus. Now, the Herrerasaurus is pretty decent. Yes, it's as lackluster as the Kaprosuchus, but this time it actually works for this figure. It's a pretty nice shade of green and a nice patch of orange on its back, and it looks kind of nice. So, yeah, so that's the Herrerasaurus. And next up is the Geosternbergia and Pentaceratops. Now let's just go over the Pentaceratops because I don't like this one too much. Now the Pentaceratops, it's another one that's like below the bar. Mainly because the only other paint detail this thing has is just a patch of paint on its frill and two horns painted, and that's it. And this Geosternbergia, yes, while it is bare bones, it actually is it's a pretty decent kind of bare bones, and I really like it, and that's why I bought 3 more of these boxes, because I like my Geosternbergia. I mean, I have a bag of doubles that I actually want, which, I mean, I'll show off later on, but I don't know when. But anyways, that's the Geosternbergia and Pentaceratops, so let's just set them right there. And next up is the Allosaurus and Dilophosaurus. Now, the Allosaurus hadn't actually been featured since the Dino Trackers Wave 1, and I'm really disappointed this time because they decided to cheap out on this thing. How? Well, if we take a look at the Chaotic Cargo Allosaurus, now even though mine is pretty old and beat up, as you can see from here, you can already see a major difference. There's less blue on this one, and the eye isn't painted, which I don't know why. And it also looks like the eye is a little bit bigger now, or maybe I'm just seeing things. But yeah, it's not. But anyways, the mouth can open and close, and yeah. And next up, the Dilophosaurus. Again, this one is also pretty bare bones because, I mean, the only thing that's painted are the frills and crests, but it's still a pretty decent figure. So, let's just set those down there. And next up is the Ankylosaurus and Ceratosaurus. Now, the Ankylosaurus is also really bare bones. It's just got a patch of green paint on its back, and that's it. And I guess I paint too, but that's just it's just a very lackluster figure, and I don't really like it too much. And the Ceratosaurus has a pretty decent amount of detailing on it. And yeah, the red is more kind of like an orangish red, well, more of a reddish orange, but I mean, again, you're gonna get what you get. I hadn't said that, but whatever. And next up is the Elasmosaurus and Kaprosuchus, but we already looked at the Kaprosuchus. So the Elasmosaurus, I would have liked to have seen some neck articulation on this figure. I felt like they could have done that, considering that they made the Quetzalcoatlus. And the arm joint is about as thick, if not thicker, than the Elasmosaurus neck. But again, Mattel doesn't really think anymore, so yeah. But anyways, this figure is pretty decent, and it even has some eye paint. So let's just set that one down. And last but not least is the Indominus Rex. Now there's also another subtle difference with this one. So this is the original Indominus Rex that released back in Series 2 for the minis. And as you can see, there's a little bit less metallic paint on this figure. Meanwhile, on this one, the metallic paint bleeds up to the head. And yeah, I don't know what happened. And it looks a little bit less metallic. I don't really know, but yeah, the one released for Series 2, it looks a little bit less metallic, and so I don't know what happened. But anyways, like the previous Indominus Rex, the mouth can open and close, and yeah, so that's about it for this video. And I guess if you really want to find these things, just at this point, just go on eBay. It doesn't even. There's no point in trying to find them at Walmart or something like that. But, yeah. So, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.